This is episode 121. Weight loss case study. Shannon weeks. I thought I was exercising. Welcome everybody to another episode here in Body and Mind Transformation by Custom Body Fitness. This is your health coach, Sandro Torres. And today I'm going to present to you an interview that I did with one of our members that she was, I think it was 32 or 36. It was between that body fat percentage. And now she's a 22 body fat percent. She came, one of the reasons she came was not to transform her body. That was the second reason. But the first reason was because she needed to strengthen her body because she loves horse riding and she didn't have the strength. She crashed a lot and she understood that something needed to change for her to be able to ride her horse the way that she wanted and perform great. And that's when she contacted us and she decided to change her life, and that's when it changed. And she talks about the details and everything right here in this episode. So I would love you to listen to this episode because she gives you a lot of insight about false beliefs and also what she did to transform her body and how she's enjoying her new lifestyle. So without further introduction, let's listen to Shannon Weeks. At CBF, we know that for you to change your body, you need to change your mind. Exercise and eating healthy is only part of the plan. We care about our members as we care about our family because our members become our family. It is not about competition, but support. It is not about being the strongest or the fastest, but about you defeating your negative self. It is about working together and making the task challenging and have fun. By the end, what matters is not how hard the session was, but that you take control of your mind so you can take control of your body. My name is Sandro Torres, and I'm happy you are part of our family. Welcome to Custom Body Fitness. Welcome everybody to another interview here in Custom Body Fitness. This is Sandro Torres, your health coach, and today we have Shannon Weeks. She has been with us for almost a year, Shannon?
Yeah, about 8 months now.
8 months. She joined us. And in those 8 months, she also did a challenge which she did pretty good. What was your fat percentage when you started?
It was about 26%.
26? And right now at 22. That's when you started the challenge.
Yeah.
When you started in the beginning.
In the beginning it was 33.
33.
Yeah.
And now you are 22 body fat percent.
Yeah.
By the way, I didn't introduce because I have many questions that I can remember. Shannon, thank you for being with us. I really appreciate you giving us the opportunity to interview you.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
We want to know everything that you're doing to get those results. And I think one of the biggest factors for people to get results is their motivation.
Yeah.
So tell me, what motivated you to call us, to come and exercise and start the journey of you getting fit?
Gosh, there was a lot. It was kind of a personal decision for me because I ride horses kind of for a living, not really, but and I had noticed over time that my riding ability and my strength was declining really hard.
How do you notice that?
Well, to be honest, I crashed a lot. I had a lot of wrecks, and it kind of opened my eyes to notice that something was going on.
So tell me a little bit about that. You say you crash a lot.
Yeah.
How do your strength have to do with that?
Well, so I've never really been in the workout environment. I've never had a workout plan. I was not someone that like did the gym for strengthening. I always thought that like riding my horse was my exercise, which in a way it is, but not as much as you should have. So I noticed over time that I wasn't doing anything to strengthen anything, and I was kind of losing my strength and my muscle and ability to ride. And my horse got some bad habits, I got some bad habits, and I kept falling off. And I finally fell off, really had a bad wreck one time, and it really opened my eyes to say like, hey, something's got to change here because we can't keep doing this.
Okay, and now that you notice that you don't have the strength to ride the horse, and now that you exercise and that you've been lifting weights for 8 months, there is any change on those crashes?
Yeah, there's been a lot. I definitely notice it myself, but I think everybody that has watched me over the past 8 months has noticed it. People that have seen me ride before notice how much better I'm riding now.
So no more crashes? So there's
yeah, no more crashing, no more
so make a
falling off.
difference.
Yeah, a big difference. I have a lot more stamina, a lot more energy, and it's just easier for me to make my rides and ride my horse, and I'm not as afraid anymore either because I know that I'm strong enough to do it now.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You know, you just reminded me a little bit of the conversation. Yesterday, I had a conversation with a friend, and she said that I don't do many social media. I do it because I post all this, but I don't like get into social media and start watching videos. She was telling me that a lot of people were making fun of the Mexican soccer team because they were lifting weights, and they were lifting very light weights, and they were like really not really exercising.
Yeah.
And they were making fun to them, and they said that that's one of the reasons they don't defeat the bigger teams, because the bigger teams, they're good, they do exercise, they do lift weights, they do hard, they go hard. And the reason why I tell you that, because sometimes we don't notice that we need to step up the sport that we do and strengthen our body to perform better in the sport that we do, as you riding horses.
Yeah, I definitely was under that impression for a long time. I just kind of went around, and I didn't have a lot of friends that did workouts or exercise either. I mean, most people in our rodeo community just think that riding horses is enough, and maybe for some people it is, but for me it wasn't.
Nice. I'm glad that improved your riding.
Yeah.
Now, so that's how you started. That was the motivation that started everything.
Yeah.
And now you notice those results. But besides that, you also transform your body, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about that. What do you think about that? It was one of your goals, or it wasn't at all, and it just happened?
Yeah, it was definitely one of my goals. I had, me being who I am and being, a skinnier person, everybody always told me I was so skinny, but I didn't feel that way. And so it kind of...
And then I confirmed that with immersion.
Yeah. I was like, oh, no, but it was just kind of a personal thing to realize, like, I was right in knowing that, like, my body had changed, and I was noticing it because I didn't feel the same, and I didn't feel good. And like looking in the mirror, I didn't love what I saw. So it was a personal thing for me. And then on this whole journey, I've definitely enjoyed looking at myself in the mirror again.
Good. Good to hear that.
Yeah.
And I think that's an issue for a lot of people. Mm-hmm. A lot of people that look in the mirror and then they don't like what they see. And then that's something they decided in that moment, like, it's time to do something.
Yeah.
Now that we know the motivation started because you had a lot of crashes and you knew that you need to strengthen your body, and also when in the same time you didn't like the way you look yourself in the mirror. You had some fat to lose, and that was the beginning.
Yeah.
Now that you're here and I see that you committed, I mean, I can see you lifting the weights. And I know how difficult it is to lift those weights because I do it myself. So when you training out there, I relate with you. I understand to the pain and discomfort that you're going through, but you still push and you still transform your body. Um, let's talk about that. Tell me, what are you doing? Remember that our audience don't know what are you doing in the exercise to transform your body. What is it that you're doing to in exercise to transform your body?
Um, Everything, which I love. Everything from lifting weights to stretching to squats to, gosh, there's so many, so many things. But that's kind of what I love about this, is that it's like an overall workout. It's not like you focus on one specific area of your body each day. It's kind of an overall program every day that you come, which is what I was looking for in the beginning, because I had a lot of friends that would go to the gym. They're like, oh, today's arm day, today's leg day. And I'm like, I don't know how you keep track of that. Like, that was never easy for me. So I love that we come here. There's a program. It's a whole body workout every day we come. And it's simple because we just walk in, we read the board, and that's what we're doing. But yeah, I love that it's like a whole body workout with weightlifting, with stretching, with everything in between.
Okay, so now let's talk a little bit about you eating. So tell me how you used to eat before. How do you eat now, and the things that you learn in the process?
Yeah. So when I walked in here, I was eating everything I should not have been eating, which was good and bad. And like, coming in here and doing the assessment really helped me to like see that I had terrible eating habits. I think I kind of knew in the back of my head that I shouldn't be eating that. It was all processed food. It was all chocolate and junk food, because I have such a fast metabolism that I would just need to eat all day to not be hungry, which is fine, but I was not eating the right thing. So it was really like eye-opening and helpful to like sit down and go over everything that I was eating, and then say, okay, this is what I can replace it with. That's a much better alternative. That's going to help me feel better and, just have more energy overall. So I've gone through a lot of changes with the things I eat. I was never a big like soda person, which was good, but I've cut alcohol out almost completely. I still have my
Almost
days.
completely.
I still have my days, but definitely not nearly as much as I used to, which helps a lot, because I didn't realize how much it affects you even long term.
Your energy as well.
Yeah, so that was a big one for me, but definitely just like the snacking, making healthier choices. It's kind of fun going to the grocery store now because I get to like pick out the real food. And
you seem like a weirdo, right? When you go out there and picking and reading and doing all that, no, people just pick out their food and that person do it. And you see those people before, and you.
Yeah, I was like, what are you doing? Yeah, now I'm like, I annoy my family because I go to the store and I'm like, what did you buy though? Like, did you read the ingredients? Like, that is bad for you. Yeah, it's fun though, and it's exciting, and I can see that it helped me, which then again motivates me to go do it again. Because I like the way I look and feel now, and I know that those choices led to it.
So just give us a couple of examples of the things that you are eating now.
Yeah, so now instead of like the prepackaged muffins and chocolate bars and the Twinkies that I used to love to eat, now I eat like fresh fruits and veggies and healthier snacks, like apples and peanut butter, and vegetables with some ranch. I make all my own breakfast now, which is exciting. I've gotten into like all the different, like foods with better protein and more organic things. I mean, so many different things like dried fruit that I always used to make fun of. That literally has one ingredient that's fruit. I now eat all the time, which is exciting. But yeah, I showed up to like a gathering one time with my dried fruit in a bag, and people were like, "That's gross," and I was like, "No, no, you have to try this," and they all loved it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's fun. I mean, it's exciting, it's new, and funny enough, like I'm kind of converting other people to healthier food now.
Nice, nice. That's the goal, right? That's to
Yeah.
pass it along so other people enjoy what we enjoy.
Yeah.
Now, tell me about your thinking. How you used to think before, and how you think now. I know you throughout the process of this interview, you have telling us how you change when you eat and exercise, and of course, with that, the way you think, the way you see things, and so on. But can you tell us what are you telling your mind now? What's going through your mind that you now that you transform your body?
Honestly, a lot. I've always been an advocate of like positive mindset for a long time, but I think coming here and doing this program and changing everything in my life has really like shown the power of that. Especially in my workouts, like if it's a really hard day, I just kind of break it in half. If we're doing 12 reps, I do 6 at a time, and then I go from there. And if you take a break, you need to take a break. Like just kind of break things down into smaller bits, and it's not so bad, which has really helped me.
That's interesting that you say that because we don't notice those things.
Yeah.
But for example, the other day I was doing jumping lunges, explosive lunges with 90s.
Yeah.
And I was doing it, and I say I'm gonna do 14, only 6. If I can do 6, that's enough. But I was talking out loud.
Yeah.
And usually I do 6, and then I go 8, and then I mean in a row, and then I go 12, and all of a sudden I did 14. But the goal was to do 6.
Yeah.
If I do more, great.
Yeah.
And then one of my members overhear me, and she said, "How do we do this? I usually do the same thing." Yeah. And I said, and exactly what you say, right?
Yeah.
Like breaking things a piece help us not to look in the long term that is overwhelming.
Yeah.
And that's how now you set up your brain to think of.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah, so that's been a big thing for me. I mean, even, on Saturday morning at 6 a.m. when I don't want to go to the gym, I'm like, yeah, I really don't want to get out of bed, but I know I'm going to feel better after I do it, so I'm going to go anyway. And I've learned a lot about mindset from a lot of different people, and it's kind of a whole, like, routine of, that you don't want to do it, but if you tell your brain, like, yes, okay, I know this is going to be hard, I know I don't really want to do it, and then you go and do it anyway, it trains your brain to do it anyway, and then it's not so hard mentally to get it done.
And one of the things that you mention is think about the results.
Mm-hmm.
Think about I know that I'm not gonna feel good. I don't want to go, but I know I'm gonna feel good when I finish.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Thank you for those 2 tips. I mean, they're so helpful. I couldn't even say it better than Shannon. Shannon did a great job. Okay, now give me a tip for a person who's starting or who has been doing it, who hasn't seen results. What would be your weight loss tip?
Don't give up. For sure, but just try your hardest to keep like a positive mindset no matter where you are or what you're doing. Like one thing that I've started recently is I have like I call it a positivity journal. And so no matter what I'm thinking, whether it's positive or negative, I either change it to positive if it is negative, or I write down the positive thought and just keep going with that, because that trains your brain to stay positive no matter what's happening. And if you're just starting out, you probably won't see results right away, but that's common. And don't get down on yourself because it's going to take a minute. Progress doesn't happen overnight. I definitely learned that with horses. You can't train a horse overnight. But yeah, always stay positive and surround yourself with positive people. I love these people. They literally, they're great.
Thank you, Shannon. I think this is one of the biggest tips and great tips I hear from somebody. It's very motivating. Actually, I'm getting motivated by you. Now, anything else you want to say?
No, I don't think so.
Perfect. I want to request something from you. No, somebody said went to the rodeo. Oh, it was Karina.
Oh, yeah.
Karina was in our last interview.
Yes.
She also transformed her body. You can see the last interview. She also is very toned. She has seen great results. But she said that she loved you look great with and on the horse with American flag. Very patriotic.
Yeah.
I love that. Would you mind sending us that picture?
Yeah.
So we can share it here?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We would love to see you there because you look amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you. So that's it, everybody. This interview was great. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for continue following us. Please put into practice these tips. Shannon is doing a great job transforming her body. And as you notice, it's not something quick. It's not something easy. There is no pill. There is no program. There is nothing that is easy. Everything that she did, everything that our clients do, it's hard work, from the exercise to the eating to the mindset. So put those tips into practice, and hopefully the goal is for you to also transform your life and then transform your body with those habits that you are starting to get. Thank you so much, Shannon. I really appreciate it. Give me a hug. And we'll see you in the next episode. So there you have it, everybody. Hope you like this episode. I think the tips that she gave us is very, very, very important for you to be able to transform your life and body. I think staying persistent, not giving up, the reason to think positive about making your goals smaller so you can hit your longer goal, about understanding that you need to change, and when you start changing, understanding the little things that you need to improve for you to be able to transform your body. I think those tips are amazing. So hopefully you can put those tips into practice so you can also transform your life and body. This is your health coach, Sandro Torres. For now, this is it. Hopefully you like this episode. Please share with people who you know they need to listen to this message. And remember to stay close to God, mentally and physically healthy. And we're gonna tune in the next episode.